All right, a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com, and welcome to Night Moves here for Tuesday, December 30th. I'm with DeAndre Stevenson of Tony'sPicks.com. DeAndre, great to see you tonight. And we had a Monday night football game. DeAndre, maybe, how about if we do this, okay? I don't think, and I think you'd agree with me, uh, I don't think that the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are quite up to par to go to the playoffs. So why don't we have New Orleans play Atlanta with the winner going to the playoffs?
For real. Yeah, man. It's crazy how all these teams just want to get hot all of a sudden.
What do you think of Atlanta? Look, LA, they're a little bit resigned. They showed a little bit of fight because I guess if you go to fifth place, you're going to play that uh, weak division winner. So there is a little bit of motivation for the Rams last night, but when you fall behind 21-0, that showed that they maybe weren't ready to go there in the game on Friday night. Not to uh, you know belabor the pick there or anything, but it definitely was a situation. I mean, we've talked about what we thought. I mean, yeah, you were on Atlanta there, I was on the under, so I guess we got it right. But it did feel like the public sentiment. I think the public betting was still all over the Rams when it came down to it. They made a good comeback. They weren't going to cover the spread. We know that because they weren't going to cover 7.5. They were having enough trouble just to try to get that tie there at the end. So uh, they're still all right, though, aren't they? The Rams? Think they're
It
okay or no?
should be good.
Okay. Well, yeah, we did see a couple of injuries out. Corum got hurt. He didn't really come back. I lost a prop on the site because I had him over.
Yeah.
I thought he would get more run than Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams had a big day actually. Hey, how about the bowl game? We nailed that one too, DeAndre. You said Georgia Southern there, and I called it for the under. Man, we nailed that one too. Football's our game here in December.
Yeah, man. Night moves. Good to be back.
Let's do it again, and we got to do it again today though because there are three games, three bowl games, including a couple day bowl games. So make sure you check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com. That's where you're going to find the premium picks from DeAndre and I, and all of our handicappers. Let me bring up Tony's Picks here, and you can check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com. That's where you'll get our premium picks for Tuesday, including our top plays from DeAndre and I and all the cappers over at Tony'sPicks.com. Click on the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot, and then click on their handicapper profile page and get signed up. DeAndre, a little 3-2 day there for you. And how did your day go? Any bad beats here on these?
Yeah, my best beat was, man, my best bet was with Lipscomb. Got crushed. I thought they was gonna keep it close. It started off good, but it happens, Still had some winners out there with the Falcons, with
Oh,
the
yeah.
under in the Rutgers game.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, man.
We had some wins, so we shake back, we bounce back, gave out some good wins on the show, so ready to keep it going. Pair me and Mr. Ramon up 2-for-1 Kappa deal. Use the code Tony T at checkout, and let us put some money in your pocket, man. Happy holidays to everybody. Appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out Mr. Whiskers in the chat right now, and night moves. Let's
Hey,
do
pay attention. DeAndre give out to premium there. He said under on the show last night in that Rutgers game. I said Delaware State plus 21. So we nailed that one as well. So pay attention to what DeAndre's saying. You get a little freemium action sometimes here. And yeah,
it.
DeAndre
Yeah.
did that. DeAndre went with that under as well that I called on the show with him last night. And he called, of course, Georgia State. And it was obvious for DeAndre that Appalachian State there, a little bit real inexperienced at quarterback. And not only that, the guy who had some experience, they weren't even playing him, I don't think, the whole uh, time in there. So, all right, we got a great show. I want to thank everybody for joining us in
Give
the
me two shoes, Sonny. Yeah.
Hey, when the Appalachian State was throwing 4 interceptions in the game, I liked our chances there, and Georgia Southern was running all over them. Arnold there,
Y'all see, man, me and Mister,
152
the
yards.
same picks, the same. That just goes to show y'all, like we putting in what we telling y'all, like you know what I'm saying. Like we ain't just So hey,
Yeah, look at Mr. Wett. He just says basically the whole, our crew, it's us, and then you got these regular chatters. I know we're on at a very specific time live, and it's kind of my problem, my fault. This is just my lifestyle, I guess. I got DeAndre wakes up in the middle of the night just to come here and talk to me. All right, appreciate everybody in the chat. There you go. Make sure you head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Let's show DeAndre real quick there. You can promote the pick, and maybe we'll hit it up at the end
oh
again.
yeah,
But
we got our Taco
I'll
Tuesday
play. Oh
best bet,
boy, Taco.
Taco Tuesday best bet, So we gonna shake back, So we've been profitable long term overall. So we're just trying to end the year off right. So let's do it.
Yeah, Sonny talking about the game last night. No problem with you guys. That look, the Rams. I'm not saying they didn't have total motivation. You guys, you guys, those that were on the Rams. I mean, they definitely had the better team, I guess, in the end. But it's just like the plays. It just didn't. That was almost a great catch, though, DeAndre by Nakua. I don't know how he didn't catch it in a way. I mean, it was incredible the way he caught that ball on the sideline. It was knocked away there, and he still caught it in a way. But all right, thanks for all the look at. Here comes Jerry with the injuries already, so might as well get into the action here. But just want to say hello to everybody there in the chat and go over the comments.
Yes, sir. Timmy Two Shoe.
Yep, get ready to go on the show with us here now, and we'll get right into it with DeAndre there. Maybe we'll talk about the winners we had also in the NBA yesterday. We did pretty good.
Mr. Wesker said the Rams got robbed.
Yeah, it's just a little tough without any true motivation there. It just felt like so. Yeah, maybe you'd like to have a little easier game in the first round. Will it be easier? So, okay, let's see here. I don't know what play. I don't think it means that play on the sideline. That was just crazy. Okay, let's go to Giannis there. Man, he was still involved.
It was a pass interference.
Use the promo code Tony T at checkout. Save 15% on all premium pick packages. Okay, we've got a 3-pack of college football games here to look at on Tuesday. DeAndre, we'll get your take on these and go right down the list here. They're all kind of back to back here. A great day for some bowls, and started early at 2 Eastern, 1 DeAndre, and 11 Pacific time with Coastal Carolina taking on Louisiana Tech. And this one is at the Independence Bowl. DeAndre, you've ever been to the Independence Bowl in Shreveport? We got a 10-point spread here, 10.5 maybe with La Tech. And we've got the man here with us right now, our Louisiana correspondent. And the total here, 49.5, DeAndre. You got La Tech was 7-5. Coastal was 6-6 this season.
Yeah, this game being played in Louisiana and Shreveport.
Almost kind of a home game here.
Kind of home game for LA Tech, but I think I'm gonna take the points with Coastal Carolina because LA Tech kind of relies on the defense. I know they ended the season off running the ball well, but they rely on their defense. Their offense doesn't really do too much. Coastal Carolina got a lot of guys out in this game, and they coming into this game with a interim head coach, so it's going to be new, but I think that they can do enough to cover the spread.
Would you have taken them? That we know that they opened more towards a 7 here, but do you just feel was going to be Coastal anyways because of some of the opt-outs?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the Chanticleers have gone over in 8 of their last 9 games coming into this one. Sunbelt teams so far in the bowl games, they are 3-5. Man, was everybody go? Every Sunbelt team goes to Coastal's the Sun Belt team, by the way. They're Sun Belt 3-5 straight up, 4-4 ATS in the bowls so far. Conference USA, meanwhile, Louisiana Tech's conference, but their non-conference favorites this year are 4-1. Favorites have won and covered this bowl game in the last 2 years. Remember, Louisiana Tech lost this game, DeAndre, last year to Army, but we know how tough it is to play the military teams in bowl games. So I'm going to go though with the under. I know Coastal is a big time over team this season. They went 9-3 to the over, but Louisiana Tech has been going under here pretty consistently down the stretch. They actually went over in 4 of 6, but I'm just referring to some of the games where their offense just did not quite before they rocked Missouri State and Liberty there. But I'm actually going under here at 49.5 between these two, between Coastal and Louisiana Tech. And DeAndre is on Coastal plus these 10.5 points. Let's see what the chat has to say with this one. Louisiana Tech here for Andre. And let's see. Louisiana Tech, Andre said Louisiana Tech win, but don't cover. So he thinks Tech will win. Coastal gets some money in a close game. That'll be fine. I mean, if we get a good game out of this, that'll be just fine. Louisiana Tech definitely the better cover coming in. I mean, they're 8-4 against the spread here this season. Meanwhile, Coastal just 5-7 ATS. Okay, let's take a look at another one here right now. Let's go out here, DeAndre, to Nashville, the Music City Bowl. We're starting to get some. Nothing with those other teams starting to get in some major conference action here now later in the week with Illinois here in Tennessee at the Music City.
Graphic.
Oh, thank you, DeAndre. Oops. Not only that, the Coastal graphic was all messed up, wasn't it? Jeez, what did I do here? All right, I got you. Tennessee minus 3.5, and the total here 61.5 versus.
Oh, Gaffer, welcome from UK. Appreciate that.
All right, there we go.
Happy to have you with us. Grab you some candy, grab you some snacks, and come chat it up with us.
Illinois coming in, both teams coming in here 8-4 into this one. DeAndre at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. Illinois here coming in off of a win over Northwestern in their finale. Tennessee, meanwhile, got drubbed by Vandy.
Yeah, Tennessee fired their defensive coordinator. Illinois got their QB in this game. Tennessee gave up 44 to Georgia. They got blown out on the road to Alabama. And all their step-up games, they got crushed. Illinois bringing in their top talent from the regular season. Illinois beat Maryland. They battled with Ohio State, and they got a home win over USC. And both of these teams, coming into this game were opt-outs, but Illinois got their quarterback, so I'm going to take the points with Illinois.
All right, DeAndre says take the Illini here against Tennessee. Here, yeah, Illinois might, pardon me, brother. Illinois might be 7-4-1 ATS this year, and Tennessee 5-7 ATS coming in. Also, Illinois here 3-1 to the over as an underdog, despite the fact that they were 5-7 to the under this season. Tennessee's been a bit of an over team as well here. At the Music City Bowl. Favorites have covered 5 of the last 9, nothing too special here. But again, you've had another situation where the line here is kind of moved in favor of Illinois. Tennessee opened as high as 5, 5.5, maybe even 6 at a few outlets. So the move's definitely on the Illini here. I'm going to go under in this one. You explained some of the reasons why here, I think, coming into this one. I'm going to take the under with these two, especially with this Illinois. Look, I know that this defense has some moving parts, like you said. Things are changing there, but still, I think the foundation is here in this one. I think it's Illinois' defense that does kind of bring it here. Give me the under in this one. DeAndre likes Illinois here, and the chat has some comments maybe on this game as well. Let's see what we've got.
Praying for your old Gafford.
Oh man, old Gafford's here from the UK. Great to have him. Robot Glock is joining us in there as well. Mr. Weskers likes Illinois on the money line. Andre says Tennessee wins but doesn't cover. He also likes it to go under. And yep, we're thinking of old Gafford there. All right, let's see here. DeAndre Sonny says these games are so bad. He's calling the 1-800 gambler line.
Cal Dog.
I called the 1-800-GAMBLER line last night, DeAndre, and they gave me Coastal Carolina. All right.
What's up, Cal?
Robot Glock says, take the Big Ten over the SEC.
Okay, okay.
Always going to remind the South. He's a North-South game. 61, too many points. Hello to Cal Dog in there. Great to have you guys. All right, DeAndre is on Illinois, and I'm taking another under in that one. All right, let's go to – we're going to go out to the Alamo Bowl in San Antonio here, DeAndre. It's not necessarily a home game for TCU, but saw USC trying to take over the Riverwalk there last night. And they just had a lot of people, so it looked like they did. Usually a very quiet and serene place. It was rocking with USC fans, band, and, putting up their victory symbols. But right now, the USC Trojans are a 6.5-point favorite over TCU in this one. USC winners of 4, their last 5 coming in 10-3. TCU just 8-4 coming in to this one. Also, TCU's won 3 of their last 4 bowls. Underdogs are 7-3 straight up in the last 10 Alamo Bowls. What do you think here with SC and TCU?
Yeah, both of these teams have notable opt-outs. USC won't have their receivers. TCU won't have their center. But I'm gonna take the points with TCU. USC got opt-outs on the defensive end. TCU should be able to move the ball. USC gave up 42 points to Oregon, and they also gave up to 34 points to Notre Dame. Like I said, USC won't have their receivers in this game, so that's a major factor. So I'm gonna take the points with TCU.
All right, DeAndre says take TCU in this one, plus those points against SC. I've got this one going over. Not much trend-wise, I don't think, here really to show that this one is going to be a high-scoring game, but I just think that TCU is going to be able to produce some offense here in this one. And SC, yeah, they've gone under in 5 of their last 7. Their offense could be a little bit depleted here, but I think the game sets up for an over here at 55.5. I'll take the over here with USC and TCU. DeAndre says, let's go with the Horned Frogs in this one over the Trojans and take those points at the Alamo Bowl. All right, let's look at, let me get the comments from the chat and see if anybody has any picks on this one or comments on this.
Let's go, Dog.
Rich Stubbs is here. Great to see Rich. He says everybody's under on Illinois, Tennessee. Tennessee might blow them out. And okay, there. Let's see. Sonny's talk. Hi, Sonny. Hello to Sonny Schlotfeld in the chat as well. Andre here. USC wins but doesn't cover, and it's going to go under. There, TCU's got a plug-and-play system. USC they're going to run all over them for their offense, and Cal Dog is liking the Frogs in that one. All right, let's look at our college football action here for Tuesday night. We've got a nice little workable NBA card after last night's marathon. And DeAndre, we did have some good calls there on the show there last night. You came through as well with some very strong selections. Toronto Raptors there. What a game what happened? Orlando fell apart. In that game, they couldn't find the basket at all. I think there was a lid on the rim there. Also, he came through with Miami. The news here, if anybody didn't see, and we'll see, DeAndre, looks like Jokic's probably going to miss a couple weeks. That looked like a serious. I think he'll probably avoid serious injury there, DeAndre, but that was not something that's going to be healed here in the next couple of days. So bad news there for Jokic. And as soon as he went out, Miami started to blow him out. I think the air went out of the sails in that one after that injury there last night. I came through with that Hawks Thunder over there last night. DeAndre also New Orleans getting it done there again with a cover against the Knickerbockers. So let's see if we can't pick a few here tonight, and let's get started.
Mr. Weskins, Toronto was winning all game and they somehow come back and lost.
Oh,
That's what happened.
you believe it? Timmy said, yeah, Timmy was upset here about. Oh, let me get Rich Stubbs. He had SC in there. Jerry says TCU down to a third string quarterback. Thank you guys. Great job. And there we go. Greg with a pick. Greg made it. He showed up here and he's got his pick out there. Okay, got those in. Let's go to the NBA board here right now, DeAndre, and take a look. There was also, I thought there was one other significant injury. Giddey went out last night, and he looks like he could get sidelined a little bit as well. Okay, 76ers, Grizzlies here, DeAndre, and you got the Sixers all of a sudden are slumping again with consecutive losses here to Brooklyn, Chicago, and OKC. Not going to fault them there with that OKC game there the other night, but for Memphis here, meanwhile, they did lose to Washington, snapping their 2-game winning streak. This one's close to a pick 'em right now. Seeing this one at the Sixers favored here by a point or so, and the total 232.
Yeah, Memphis been playing good. I'll take them at home as a dog. They've been shooting 38% from three. Philly has failed to cover 3 straight with poor shooting and bad defense. So I'm gonna take Memphis as a dog. I think this line gonna flip by game time, before game time.
All right, DeAndre says take Memphis here in this one. Philadelphia on the road here. Embiid questionable here in this one for Memphis. Williams is questionable. Londale questionable. KCP questionable as well. Is out. So some missing parts here. Philadelphia has been strong against the number, no doubt about it. I'm going to end up here on the under in this one. DeAndre, Memphis here 12 and 20 to the under so far this season for the Grizz. So I'm going to take the under 232 here in this one. In the chat, let's see if we've got anything here. We've got Grizzlies were favored. Now the line's already flipped, he said. Well, yeah, DeAndre says watch out, though. Andre says 76ers money line and under. Also here, Greg says, let's see. I think here we go. How about Embiid? If Embiid is out, then let's light it up with Maxey, says Timmy Choo Choo. All right, next up, DeAndre, the Celtics going to be on the road here, taking on the Jazz. Celtics had their win streak snap last time out, DeAndre, but it feels like they've kind of turned the corner. I know they were playing Portland, but they, definitely had their best little streak there with that winning streak. For Utah, meanwhile, they're the best team in the league, right, DeAndre? They just beat Detroit and San Antonio, so they're obviously a contender with the likes of OKC and all the other good teams because they just beat 2 stellar teams there. That's Utah for you. They do bite a few teams once in a while, and then they mail it in again here. They're probably just still a little bit inexperienced, but they're a dog here tonight against the Celtics, getting 8 points.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the points with the Jazz. The Jazz are 13 and 5 ATS at home. The Jazz have covered 6 of their last 8 with good shooting. They've already beaten the Celtics team already this year, so I'm gonna take the Jazz with the points.
Yeah, 105-103 back on November the 3rd in Boston.
Yeah, and that was in Boston.
Utah stunned them there in that one. Now, look, Utah goes over a lot at home. They're 14-4 to the over at home, but this total, to me, it's already kind of moved lower from 2. Some books open at 241, 242, and I just have it a little bit too high. I'm going under in this one with Boston and Utah. It's Boston. That's they're 6-10 to the under on the road. So that's what I'm going to end up doing is taking the under here. DeAndre says take Utah. They've done a really solid job at home this year. 13-5 ATS, 15-12 overall as an underdog. Here we go with some plays from the chat. In this one, we've got Mr. Weskers is not. He's not going to back the Celtics. He'll do anything but. Timmy says Jazz can compete. Take Utah with the points. Greg likes the revenge here, and he thinks Boston will actually get a blowout here. But he definitely likes the under as well. Look at that. He likes Boston and the under big time. Cal Dog says, yeah, the Jazz are a good cover team, no doubt about it. But Greg likes Boston to rock. He said they'll. Oh, but Andre says they'll win but won't cover and go over. And how about Markkanen to go over here on his points and rebounds? You have Markkanen in there for sure right now. Keontae George is questionable. Ace Bailey out. Rich is in the chat here. He says Celtics and the over in this one. He's going right against us, but that's okay. It's my man Rich in the chat. Okay, that's it for that one here. Let's go to a rematch here from NBA, one of the most famous NBA finals, way before DeAndre was around. Detroit and the Lakers. Detroit favored on the road here by 2.5, 231.5. Detroit has lost a couple in a row here. They lost at Utah and they lost at the Clippers. They were blown out by the Clippers in that last one, DeAndre. Meanwhile, the Lakers come in here, got that win over the Kings, kind of blew them out here, but Pistons are favored here. Lakers feel a little bit wonky right now, and the little bit of questioning how they might not be playing their best right now. I think it has to do a lot with Austin Reeves. He's kind of a glue guy in there. We think of their Lakers, big two stars, but Reeves is a key player, man. When you're averaging 26.5 points game and he's out here, Hachimura also out in this one. For the Pistons, Levert's questionable.
Yeah. The Lakers are 8-5, ATS at home. They got right versus the Kings. Their last game, the Pistons have failed to cover 3 straight. I'll take the Lakers as home dogs, man. LeBron got to step up without Reeves. It's time, man. JJ Redick been complaining in press conferences. So, man, let's just take this Lakers team to get it right at home. At least they're at home.
You know what happens when the Lakers are at home right now, DeAndre? They're 11-2 to the over right now. And why isn't this game 240? You've got these other 240s out there like that Celtics game. I think it's a 240 type of game, not a 231 type of game between these two, DeAndre. This is the first meeting of the season between the two teams, but I think this one is an over city here. Even I got to go over in this one with the Pistons and the Lakers here. DeAndre, like I said, Lakers at home. Now I will say that, right? Remember, I think they've actually gone under here in a couple of these home games, the last 2 in a row. They were 11-0 to the over, and again, without Reeves, hey, I'll check and see. We'll see without Reeves if that is the factor why the Lakers aren't able to keep these games going over, because obviously he's been out now and will miss another one here. So DeAndre, though, likes these Lakers to get one here. And, are we seeing the Pistons, DeAndre? Is it just this kind of this road trip, or do you think they're kind of starting to give a little bit back? This is a fifth straight game on the road, so they're still pretty good, right?
Yeah, I think it's just a road trip.
Okay, let's see what the chat says. Andre says Lakers money line and over. It's a Lakers smash spot here. Greg here also he likes the Lakers outright in this one. And Cade for some threes says Timmy Tushu. Rich likes Detroit and under here. Pistons been on a long road trip, ready to go home. They couldn't even beat the Clippers, but maybe the Clippers are getting a little bit. Yeah, Clippers could be waking up a little bit. And let's see here. Maybe JJ can go out there and play for the Lakers. He looks like he can play still. Cal Dog calling them the Fakers. Hey, the Faker, that guy's a video game player. Even I know that. Faker, one of the greatest video game players of all time. All right, Mr. Weskers said the Lakers are terrible, and I said, "Are you even watching the Lakers right now, Mr. Weskers?" And he got offended by that, like I was being. But I was just contending that the Lakers, still. Let's see here. Hachimura out. Lakers will replace him. Okay. Let's see here. Luca plays. Lakers win no problem, says Greg. I don't see any indication why he's not in here in this game. I just gave us the best trends there, injuries there. Lakers spread for. Hey, Dizzy Drew, Mr. DeAndre, say hello to Dizzy Drew in there.
Dizzy Drew.
Welcome, Dizzy Drew. Great to have you as a member of the Chat All-Stars. Mr. Wesker is going to be taking Detroit there, and Mr. Wesker is ready for the next one, it looks like. So let's go to it. Yeah, here's a good, I guess we don't worry about if the two LA teams are at home. There's enough people to go around and fill the stands, I guess. So we're going to go cross to Inglewood here, the Kings and the Lakers. Here, Clippers. See, I just did it. Kings and the Clippers here with the Clippers favoring this one, DeAndre, by 10.5, despite the fact that they're only basically 2.5 games better in the standings. You know, the Clippers are starting to show some signs of life here. They're favored by 9.5, and total here 223. If anything, it does say that this slump that the Clippers were in. Now they've got a 4-game winning streak. Obviously, odds makers think that they're still much better than this Kings team here right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Kings, man. I don't want to lay this many points with the Clippers. I think the Clippers are overrated. Their last few games have them overrated, but I think this just too many points to lay with the Clippers.
Okay,
DeAndre. And I can't lie, nobody's better than Kawhi when he's going out there scoring 50. But is he going to do that on a night-to-night basis?
55 points in that
55.
last game. I mean, he might need a day off after something like that. At least I know it's not a back-to-back or anything, but that was insane. Keegan Murray is questionable here. Carter's questionable. Zach LaVine questionable right now. Eubanks probable for the Clippers. John Collins, he's questionable. Bogdanovich is out here, and still Zubats. No Zubats here. And think, hey, if they got to get Zubats back, maybe that'll be a good sign. I'll take the under here in this one, DeAndre, between these two for sure. You got the Clippers are 5-9 to the under as a favorite. The Kings are 12-7 to the under as a dog. So I'm going to take the under here, 223 between the Kings and the Clippers. And in the chat here, you guys have your picks as well. Want to say hello? Oh, there's Mr. Weskers. Who can beat them when these dropping 50? Let's see. Want to say hello to Dat Kush King in the chat. Thank you, Dat Kush King, for being here. And let's see if we've got any more on this one. Harden 4 threes for Timmy Chushu. Cal Dog's going to take the Clippers here. He'll take it down to 8 just to make sure. It says Andre says Clippers win, but don't cover. The Clippers are barely winning. Can't lay that many with them. Take the over as well. Harden will hit
his Andrew.
Yep. And right there, I think Greg might be leaving. West Clippers first quarter.
Schroeder be hating on Westbrook.
Oh, it's Schroeder and his props. Kings are terrible, but the Clippers, Dat Kush King. I don't know. I do feel like it has been major line. The poor start from the Clippers. I don't want to immediately say, hey, they've turned it around just after 4 games, but Harden seems to be woken up a little bit here. It's just they've got a lot of work. Greg says no Zubats, no problem. Clippers will win and the Kings will cover. And Cal Dog, Clippers first half. Thanks to the chat in the NBA segment for the picks. All right, DeAndre and I have selected some college basketball games tonight. to take a look at, or I should say, let's look at some of the afternoon action. It's a great week for some sports betting. So there's day games here, and we're going to start off with 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. And we go to, I don't know, a couple of really solid programs here for sure, DeAndre, in this one. This one is a nice matchup here for a early start game. You've got Vermont taking on Princeton. Now, I'll give it to you. Princeton's off to it, probably their worst start in a long time, but they're on a losing streak here. Vermont has won 3 of 4 coming in. They lost to Iona last time out. So hopefully Princeton can get this thing fixed. They've obviously been playing up on their schedule a little bit. Funny thing is, they are 5-1 against the spread at home, despite this 3-11 straight up record. Coach Kirill is rolling over in his grave right now with this 3-11 record.
Yeah, man. We're gonna take them, man. We're gonna take Princeton, man. I think it's a get up spot at home. Everybody gonna be on Vermont because they see it's a 3-11. But like you said, they 4-1 at home. Princeton was competitive versus Merrimack at home. I'm gonna take them in this spot. I'm gonna take them versus Vermont.
Yeah, in fact, you look at the records. Maybe that is going to be noticeable because even I forgot they were kind of off to this poor start. Even though we've covered them here, I believe once, and I've covered them a couple of times as well so far this season. That is very uncharacteristic of Princeton. But even in some of those games, they covered against Temple, they covered against Loyola, and they Loyola Chicago, and they covered against St. Joe's. And like I said, they're actually 8-5 against the spread, despite a 3-11 record. Just shows you they've been playing some tougher competition. Vermont, meanwhile, with a 8-6 record, they're actually usually a little bit better too on their non-conference schedule. But then they roll in conference. They're 2-4 against the spread on the road. So that is interesting. I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one with these two. Vermont's definitely playing to the over this season. In fact, they're 5-2 to the over as a favorite. Princeton is 2-4 to the under at home. And I'm not saying it's going to be a Princeton style game, if you know what I mean. They'll still, but two teams did meet last year. It did go well over this total. Was Vermont won 79-74 at Princeton, but DeAndre says take Princeton here, and I'm going to go with
spot for Princeton.
Yeah, you go. Yeah. And let's see here if any comments came in from the chat. In this one, Mr. Wesker says take the Catamounts against the spread. Greg Gibson, he likes Princeton to win it outright here. Today, Cal Dog liking the Tigers as well. And let's see here. I think Greg says Ivy League wins on the down low. And Joseph Garcia's here. DeAndre says, "Will only be fair here. We've got to cover the losers a little bit, DeAndre, with Merrimack and Sacred Heart." I would say it wasn't our best moment there with our college yesterday, but that's okay. We'll get them here. But yeah, yesterday we did see, I thought Merrimack there, they looked pretty good in that game, unfortunately for us. But all right. But we're good to have Joseph Garcia in there. And you can call out
Okay, Cat Dog. Yeah, okay, Cat Dog.
Call out our losers there a little bit.
Yeah. We lost. I lost today. I lost my best bet today. Yeah, I mean.
He says Princeton won the game, but man, is that right? I thought Vermont won that game 79-74. I just wrote it down here, chicken scratch. So probably right. All right, and Andre says Vermont here in this. He's making me look it up here right now. I'm showing Vermont could be. Well, I'm looking it up where I wrote it down from, so maybe it's wrong. Okay, let's go to another one here right now. As DeAndre went with Princeton there, and I went with the under. All right, let's move on along now. And yeah, Craig says
I don't know who brought it up, Mr. Westers, but we take losses. Yeah, we for sure take losses, but we overcome that, so hey, nice moves.
Let's go to afternoon
He
contest
said
here.
it was Vermont. He said he read it wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wrote it down, and then I was going to look it up, and I'm like looking. I looked it up where I wrote it down from. If that's wrong, I'm going to be wrong again. Okay, here's the Bobcats. Let's roll into some conference play here, DeAndre. We got plenty of conference action here today with the card. Ohio taking on Central Michigan in the MAC in this one, and you got Ohio here favored on the road, -6, and the total 150 up against the Chips here.
Yeah, this Central Michigan first D1 home game since November, and Ohio coming this game haven't played a road game since November. This is going to be their first true road game in a month and a half. I'm gonna take Central Michigan in the home opener. I think they can be competitive and keep it close. I think it's just a bad travel spot for Ohio. We know Ohio the better team, but I think Central Michigan can do enough to keep it close.
Yeah, they're in a losing streak right now, no doubt about it. And they weren't really covering, but they played Wisconsin, they played St. Louis, they played Loyola. They're getting bad, but they still have a 2-1 spread record at home and a 3-1 straight up record overall. And now you're getting into conference play here, going to be a little more evenly matched. Ohio is 0-2 straight up on the road, I believe, this season, on the true road anyway. So, yeah, in a conference game here, and obviously last year Ohio, owns this series for sure. They're on a long winning streak actually against Central Michigan. However, last year the two games were both covered by Central Michigan as underdogs, including here, 57-55. Now that was a low-scoring game, but I've got this one is a high-scoring game this time, DeAndre. 150. I'm going over here with Ohio and Central Michigan. Ohio's gone over in all three of their games away from home this season. I'll take the over 150. DeAndre says take Central Michigan, stop that losing streak. Well, no, at least to cover. Let's get it right.
At least to cover. At least to cover.
Yeah, let's see what the chat said here in this one. With Greg, he's the only one here so far. He says he's got Central Michigan here, but he's got an under. He's got Central Michigan for sure. Andre here is on the Bobcats minus the points in this one. All right, we're sticking with the day card here right now, and why not? And we've covered Incarnate Word before. We covered them less a couple weeks ago. They're taking on here. Southeast Louisiana, DeAndre got Sela here, an 8.5-point underdog, total 139.5. Both teams are kind of coming in here limping a little bit right now, but hey, we got them back here playing each other, so should be a pretty good matchup here in the Southland.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Southeastern in this game. They're battle tested. Southeastern played a lot of close games. They lost a lot of tough games also, but I don't want to lay this many points with Incoordinate Word in the conference game. I think Southeastern can hang around and cover the backdoor 8.5.
Okay, Southeast Louisiana here for DeAndre in this one. Southeast Louisiana's kind of owned this series a little bit, but things have shifted a little bit here of late. In fact, the last meeting here last year between the two teams, or I think it was actually a conference tournament game last year that Word was able to get a win over Southeast Louisiana. So, all right. And for me in this one, I'm going to end up here taking the under with these two. You got a Southeast Louisiana team so far, 3-6 to the under on the road, 2-5 to the under as a dog. Word is a little bit the opposite. They're kind of a higher scoring game. They are at home, and they're 3-1 to the over as a favorite, but I've got the under here in this one between Southeast Louisiana and maybe if the producer could spell the teams right too. And a little bit embarrassing, DeAndre. I don't want to embarrass us with my bad spelling, so let me at least fix it here. All right, there we go. Incarnate Word. I don't know what I was calling them there. Let's go to the chat here real quick, see what you guys have in this one. We've got Robot Glock here. He's got the Chips Oops, that was the other game there. Thank you, Robot Glock. Thank you. Let's see. R. Cliff DeAndre says, "No way, are we live here?" Nope. In fact, it's a AI that has just put your comment up on the screen because Andre and I are actually bots. Uh, Cardinals to cover here, says Robot Glock. And what's better? What's better to bet in the player or the money line? Does he mean like a prop or the money line? Oh, Art Cliff, good to have you here in the chat. I'm not sure, DeAndre, you want to take a crack at that. I'm not sure what to quite say in there. What's better to bet in the player or the money line? The limits are higher. Sometimes if you're a really sharp bettor, you can't really get a lot off on the player props. I don't know what else I could say about it. Greg here has got Incarnate Word here in a blowout there, it looks like. Also, Cal Dog likes Incarnate Word, but he'll take the points. Well, it says it's a little bit too many points. R. Cliff, thank you, R. Cliff. He likes betting those props. Yeah, I think we all do. Except for when my guy went out of the game. And I didn't, Tony's picks, you don't get the guy left the game. We're going to give you a refund thing there, DeAndre. And Mr. Wesker says only Timmy can beat the prop. Okay, here we go. Let's go to, we got a couple more here, DeAndre. How about the Howard Bison going on the road, taking on Northwestern here? Non-conference game for sure here. Northwestern comes in with 7 wins so far this season. Howard's on a 4-game winning streak. They're going to be getting 20 here from the Cats, but Howard's been money so far.
Yeah, like you said, Howard a winner of 4 straight D1 games. They beat 4 D1 teams. Howard has been profitable in these spots. Howard have some athletes. I don't want to lay this many points with Northwestern. I think Howard can stay competitive in this game. Northwestern have to get ready for Big Ten play at home on Saturday.
Yeah, maybe Howard can come in here, collect a little paycheck, and go out of here with another win. I don't know. They're beating, some of their own ilk a little bit. Beat North Carolina A&T. They beat Hampton. And they stepped it up. Beat Drexel. Beat Wilmington. They were underdogs in all those games, DeAndre. They're 7-4 ATS, 9-5 overall here. Meanwhile, Northwestern, despite a 7-5 record, they're 5-1 at home, 7-2 straight up as a favorite, but they're 4-8 ATS, 3-6 ATS as a favorite. This game is going way over, in my opinion, DeAndre. I think this one gets closer to 160 with what we've seen so far. From Howard in some of these games, getting upwards of 75 points in a few of these victories that they had. So I think they can do. It'll be tough for him to get 75 here, but as a 20-point dog, I think they can get. They would have expected to get here. 63 points. I think they can do better than that in this one. Maybe they can even hold Northwestern down to under 80. But if Northwestern gets close to 80, I think it's going over for sure. So I'm going over here. DeAndre says take the points here with Howard U, and I'll take the over in this one. And let me make sure we got any comments from the chat. And it's going to be Mr. Westerns. He likes Northwestern with the spread. He's laying it here in this one. And Andre says Northwestern money line and the over. Greg Gibson says he's got him by 22. All right, one more, DeAndre, and then I'll let you get out of here, and I'll cover only 4 games for me tonight, DeAndre, or 5 in hockey tonight. So manageable. Okay, what do you got here? UMass going to take on Eastern Michigan here. We're back in the MAC for this one. And you got UMass here coming in 9-4 so far. Eastern Michigan on a 4-game losing streak. They're 6-7 coming in.
Yeah, UMass look really good in this game, but yet they're still underdogs. This is UMass first true road game. Eastern Michigan has played some tough competition. They're back at home. I'll take Eastern Michigan. I just think it's a bad travel spot for UMass. Eastern Michigan is favored for a reason. UMass struggles from the free throw line, shooting 65%. Eastern Michigan should be able to get a win to open up conference play at home.
Okay, DeAndre. Yeah, UMass here in a pretty in a pretty good run right now. Had their winning streak snapped though when they got into conference play, losing to Kent before the break, 69-59. But yeah, they were on a bit of a heater. But Eastern Michigan right now, 8-4 against the spread so far this season. Are on a 4-game losing streak, but they did cover against Butler and Wright. Both those they were getting double digits. They were an underdog to several, few of those teams in there for sure. I've got the over in this one. Eastern Michigan has been a hardcore under so far, 3-9 to the under overall. I can't sell you on any trends here, but my analysis. Oh, I'm sorry. My analysis is this game goes over 147.5 here with UMass and Eastern Michigan. DeAndre likes the Eastern Michigan Hurons here to take this one over UMass. The chat might have a few here. Let's see. We'll get to you, our clip. We'll have DeAndre maybe can take a stab at that first. UMass and the points here for Andre and the over. Greg here, he likes UMass to get it done as well. So, all right, and Timmy Chushu playing a little college hockey. It looks there. DeAndre, what's your advice for new guys getting back into it? Says R. Cliff here. Thank you for joining us, R. Cliff. It's great to have you here on our little show in the middle of the
Cliff. I can really say
RC Life. Right, RC Life.
Just really find you some guys who you really could listen to what they're saying, hear them out, and then you go with your own analysis, and then everything, put it together. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be able to trust yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, find you a good group of guys or a certain capper, and really hear what he's saying. Don't just watch him because everybody watching him, or you know what I'm saying. Really listen to what he's saying and try to really hear him out, and then you make your decision, and then there you go. So that's how I look at it. So I be getting this motivated. I'll be like, oh no, but I be having to get back. I'll be like, oh no, we gotta do a little more homework. So that's all it really is.
All right, I'll get it right there. I can obviously see it now. RC Life. He's got the remote control cars.
RC Life.
Yeah, he's got the remote control cars in there. The RC Life. These guys have a great community. When you got those remote control car groups. So thank you, RC Life, for that. All right, Justin Kelly also here. Thank you. He's kind of adding his 2 cents. Don't forget that money management here, right? If you had to, kind of, I want to dumb it down a little bit. If you had $1,000 and you're playing, you're probably supposed to play $10 a game, not 100 there. So that's what you do. You just kind of take it slow and everything. And okay,
single bet, man. Single bet. Don't be, get how you parlays and stuff, but focus on building your bankroll, man. Single bet. Get you some single bets, man.
Yeah, I think the thing, people, I agree with you, DeAndre. Of course, we're always going straight bets, but I think the one thing that I see from professionals is that when they believe they have an advantage on a game or two, that's where they'll kind of tie in a little bit. They're not going to go all the way on the parlays, but if they think they have a true advantage in multiple games, the thing is, when this is something not really talked about, but in professional betting circles, sometimes pros actually play parlays to fill their quotas with their books. We know nowadays with the advent of the way the books do business, they want you to gamble a little more. They're going to limit you if you're super good. So sometimes these pros now, I'm speaking about them. I'm not a high level pro like a lot of those high rollers, but they do mix in the parlays more and more just because of the landscape a little bit of the way you need to conduct business with the sports books. Some of me say sometimes I just bet something to, keep the account loose, if you know what I mean. So thank you to our Cliff there, and thank you to DeAndre as well here on Night Moves for Tuesday. Get ready for a great betting day. DeAndre hooked you up here tonight with the day games here. DeAndre, what kind of games are you attacking here on Tuesday over at Tony's Picks? Besides your you going with your best bet? Are you going to have a little more? And what do you got?
I got a lot up there. I like to get a best bet in there, and I also like to just get certain plays for you guys. I got to play on one of the bowl games. I got an NBA play.
Okay.
So I just like to, I like to be creative with it. That's why you see Taco Tuesday best bet. I just like to be creative. I try my best to be creative, but let's see here. Shout out Mr. Whiskers. Shout out Zach. Shout out Zach. Shout out Timmy Two Shoe. Shout out my boy Cal Dog. Who else we got in here? We got Rich. We got Old Gaffer, Sonny. Who else we got? Okay, yeah. But I know Mr. Ramon had some people on his end, but I said it to say, man, appreciate all that love, all that support from all y'all, man. Me and Mr. Ramon appreciate it. I know he do. He show up each and every night, so I show up when I can. So each and every time I show up, it be love. So, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Let's make it a money-making Tuesday. Let's make it a winning Tuesday. We about to get ready to go into the new year, so let's end 2025 off on the right note. We ain't done just yet, we got a couple more games to handicap. So let's do it, man. Good luck, everybody. Appreciate you, Mr. Ramon. Let's do it.
Okay, DeAndre, we'll do it. Hey, look, we were solid on the football. I expect us to roll this 3-game college card here today, and we'll bring you some more winners tomorrow on Night Moves with DeAndre Stevenson. Thank you for joining me here tonight, DeAndre, and great job with the picks and the chat.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Mr. Ramon. Appreciate everybody in the chat for y'all dialogue, breaking the games down with us. Mr. Ramon got y'all with the hockey. Don't forget, check us out at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the code TonyT at checkout. 15% off. Pair me and Mr. Ramon up 2-for-1 Kappa deal. And good night, everybody. Good luck. Night Moves.
DeAndre Stevenson, everybody, there he is. You guys get all excited when he shows up, and it's so boring here when it's just me rambling on and monotone voice when the hockey's here. All right, let's do it. I've got a 5-game card I've got to look at here before I can get out of here in the NHL tonight. And we did have some winners here on Night Moves last night with our hockey plays. That's for sure. We had the Florida Panthers yesterday as our pick here on the show. And it also had the Edmonton Oilers on the road there. We had the Oilers over Winnipeg there yesterday. Also had a winner here on Night Moves with the Calgary Flames over the Boston Bruins. We also had the Predators again on the road because I can't stop betting on the Nashville Predators. And we also took the Sharks on the puck line there last night against the Anaheim Ducks, and the Sharks were able to, they really did a job on them and won the game 5-4. So, okay, let's do a little hockey here. Thank you for all the comments and for hanging out in the chat as well. All right, let's go to it right now and take a look at our first matchup. It's going to be, let me make sure I get the right games here. All righty. First up here, we've got Carolina on the road here in this one, taking on, they got the Hurricanes here, taking on the Penguins in this one. Let me see. I got a little bit of a technical issue here with this game. Okay, Hurricanes with Freddie Anderson expected in the net going up against the Penguins here, and Skinner And you got the Hurricanes on the road, favored minus $1.25. Total 6.5 here in this one, with Carolina on the road in this one. And look, for Carolina here, they're pretty decent on the road so far. A little bit of good percentage here, where they're one of the better teams in the league for sure so far. 24-11-3, winners of 2 straight, beating the Rangers and Detroit. They were on a little bit of a losing streak, but still, they're so solid, man. They're favored in almost every game. They're 11-5 on the road here so far this season. Penguins, meanwhile, 16-12-9 coming in, 9-14 as an underdog coming into this one. And see what you guys, if you guys are going to join me here. Let me see if I can't get my trends together here a little bit. For Carolina here, they've won 9 of the last 11 meetings over Pittsburgh overall. Penguins have actually dropped 9 of their last 11 overall. These two teams have gone under in 7 of their last 8 meetings against one another, including 4 of the last 5 here in Pittsburgh. Now, both teams are kind of trending over a little bit. You have Pittsburgh 14-9 to the over as a dog here, but I'm taking Carolina actually on the road in this one. They seem to own this series right now, and pretty modest little price here for a favorite at $1.25 and owning the season series. They're obviously the better team here right now. Last year, teams have not met here yet this season, but Carolina did win the final 3 meetings of the year last year, including the game here at Pittsburgh, 4-1. So I'm going to go ahead and take Carolina right now. They're in a pretty good groove here at this point as one of the better teams in the league. And let's see, Andre likes the Hurricanes. Mr. Weskers likes the Hurricanes as well. But Greg said you just can't trust these Hurricanes, despite the fact that they win twice as frequently as they lose. Yeah, Timmy says it seems like an easy play, right? Just for $1.25, and maybe you got to respect Pittsburgh at home a little bit. Pittsburgh is 7-6 at home so far this season, so I'm going to go ahead and take Carolina though in this one. All right, the Devils are on the road here, taking on the Maple Leafs. Devils come in here minus $1.15 or so. They've lost 3 in a row actually coming in. They've lost to Buffalo, but who doesn't? They lost to the Islanders. They lost to Washington. Toronto, meanwhile, played pretty well last time out, but they did lose to the Red Wings 3-2. Coming into this one, you got a Devils team here that has lost 10 of their last 14 games here right now. Toronto, though, has lost 6 of their last 9. They're also 5-10 as an underdog, but 12-5 at home right now. New Jersey's lost 14 of their last 18 games to Toronto overall. New Jersey's gone under in 6 of their last 7. They've also gone under in 5 of their last 6 games on the road coming into this one. However, Toronto here has gone under in 6 of their last 9 overall. 6 of the last 8 meetings, however, between these two teams have gone over, including 4 of the last 5 matchups here in Toronto. So I think just here with the Devils still just a slight favorite on the road here. I mean, I like the Devils to win this game. Yeah, they're in a losing streak here right now of 3 games, and I know we got Toronto here at home. Look, Toronto's played well in these last couple of games, but I don't think I could pass up on New Jersey at this price. I'm going to have to take the Devils here on the road, minus $1.15. Here we go. Let's see what you have in this one. And Zach Rossley in there. He's on New Jersey. This first time I kept saying Zach Rossi, I think, and it's actually Zach Rossley, it looks like. All right, and Mr. Weskers is fading the Maple Leafs. He's with me on New Jersey in this one. Next up, my Canadians are on the road here taking on the Florida Panthers got Sam in goal for Montreal. Florida comes in here. It looks like Tarasov at this point for Montreal. They're coming in off of a loss on the road to Tampa Bay. It's their fourth straight road game coming in. Meanwhile, Florida beat Washington yesterday, 5-3 at home here. So Florida on the back-to-back here. Montreal is a terrific road team this season with a 10-3 mark coming in, and they're an underdog. So let's see what you got though here at Panthers here 4-3 right now. 4-3. Let me get it right. Let me get the record right here for Florida right now. 13-8 at home this season, but Montreal, like I said, one of the better road teams in the league here so far this season. So let's see though. I want to hear from you in the chat. These two teams are hardcore over teams for sure, but man, that 6.5 has me thinking that I know we're on the backup goalies here right now because Sam is definitely not number one anymore in Montreal, but man, let me see what you got in the chat. I kind of want to go under here. I want to be contrarian in this game. Let's see. Panthers for Andre. Timmy's got Bennett for a goal. Zach is on Florida in regulation. And Mr. Wesker says the Panthers are still the champs. They're going to handle that. They're going to handle it like champs here right now. I'm kind of lean Montreal, though, actually, in this one. And, I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one. I'm going to go under that 6.5. I know this is going to be everyone's going to be on the over probably in this game, thinking 4-3 here. Montreal does own Florida, believe it or not, despite the Florida probably looking like the better team, and they're starting to get a little bit hotter here right now. But overall, this has just not been a good matchup here for the Florida Panthers. Montreal has been dominating in this series for the last couple of seasons right now. They've won 5 straight against them overall, although to be clear, Florida has won 9 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams in Florida. It's just that Montreal won the last 2 meetings last year. The two teams have not yet met so far this season. So pretty good series here for Montreal, but I'm going to take the under in this one. Look, the series is an under here over the last few games between the two. I'll take the under. All right. We've got a few more players here. Dak Kush King is on the Panthers, and Andre says under as well. So I'm glad someone's with me here. I just think the line, they automatically put this one at 6.5 because of probably what we've seen from these two teams. Make no mistake, the two teams are combined 46-30 to the over this season, including Montreal 12-6 to the over on the road. But I'm going to take the under here in this one. Next up, the Islanders. They're on the road taking on the Blackhawks here. Is Sorokin really the goalie here? I thought he was injured right now. Let me see what's going on with the goalie situation here. A couple of the sites are saying Sorokin. Maybe he was just out for a short time there. I didn't really get the total scoop there on Sorokin, so maybe I could just check it here as I'm rolling with this one with the Islanders here on the road, $1.45, and the total is 625 here with the Islanders at I'm sorry, 5.5 here. Has it gone down all the way to 5.5? No, yeah, 5.5 over 25 or 6 under 25. I guess take your pick here with these two. So let's see. Some of the sites are listing Rittich here. I thought it would be Rittich too, but a couple of sites are still listing Sorokin. Thought he was hurt. Let me look at the injury report. That would help. Yeah, he's on the IR, so I don't know what I was thinking there. Let me make sure I get the right goalie in there. There we go. Yeah, he's on the IR here right now. Although it was retroactive to December 20th. Okay, here we go. Let's just break it down here, what we know. Islanders here 21, 14, and 4. Chicago 14, 18, and 6 coming in. It's only $1.45 here. Chicago actually won a game here against Dallas a couple games back on the road. But other than that, they've really been struggling here again. Meanwhile, for the Islanders, 9-7 on the road, done a pretty good job here, but they are 5-8 as favorites so far this season. The two teams have not yet met here yet, so oh man, and for me, I gotta think the Islanders are gonna win here, but it's a tough price to want to get involved with. But I don't know if I can help myself here. The way Chicago, I mean, yeah, they won a game, but all of a sudden they look like the worst team in the league. I mean, some of the other marginal teams that have been, kind of picking up their win pace this year. Talking about teams, like the Sharks right now. You got, Buffalo looking pretty good, and the Blackhawks. They started off so good, but all of a sudden, really, they've been very, very poor here of late. I'm going to have to take the Islanders as a road favorite here. I might like all the road teams here on Tuesday. Just come back tomorrow and see if the road teams won. I think that's what I'm going to end up looking like. All right, let's see here. Blackhawks for Andre. Greg likes it 3-2 Chicago, though, so he's got it as an under. And Andre also going to go over with this one. Zach likes the Hawks here. Timmy's got some props, but he can't play the Blackhawks there. Yeah, I mean, look, Blackhawks are just in a bit of a funk here right now with the trends here coming into this one. So I'll probably just roll here with the Islanders here on the road against these Blackhawks. Islanders have won 4 of the last 6 meetings. Blackhawks have lost 7 of 8 overall coming into this one. These two teams have gone under in 14 of the last 20 meetings between the two. The Islanders have gone under in 8 of their last 9 games on the road and 6 of their last 7 here. So maybe want to get those juiced 6.5 before you see 5.5 juiced 6s before you see the 5.5s across the board here with this one. Man, that's some hardcore under action here right now with the Islanders, the way things have been going. I will say they're 7-11 to the under on the road overall, but 8-5 to the over as a favorite. Yeah, still, I'm thinking a lower score, like you guys said a little bit. Although Andre did say, after all, go over, but Greg had it under. All right, I got one more here on the ice for Tuesday night. Going to be the Flyers taking on the Canucks. Oh, is that right? No, I don't. Yeah, it is. Flyers and Canucks here in this one. Flyers 19-11-7. Vancouver 16-19-3. Philadelphia coming in here off of a loss to Seattle 4-1 last time out. Vancouver played Seattle last night and won on the road 3-2 there yesterday. And hey, we had the Canucks here. Oh, it wasn't on. Oh, okay. Sorry, it wasn't on this show. Wasn't on this show, but I had the Canucks last night. Trust me. There in that game against the Kraken. All right. Let's see what you guys have, though, in this one. Philadelphia's beaten Vancouver in 4 of the last 5 meetings, but Vancouver has lost 8 of their last 9 games at home coming into this one. Philadelphia just a modest minus 130 here right now. Vancouver, they were actually favored in that game there against Seattle yesterday, and like I said, got that road win. So actually we're at Philadelphia here just back on November the 22nd, and it was 5-2. Philadelphia won at home there just a week ago, and now they're back here in Seattle when they played. When they're back here in Vancouver right now. When they played last year, here it was Philadelphia won it 3-2, although a week later, Vancouver went to Philadelphia and returned the favor 3-0. Can Vancouver do that here against Philadelphia? Well, I already said I'm on all the road teams, so I guess they're not going to do it. I'm going to take Philadelphia here on the road to win this one and sweep the 2-game series between the two teams. Andre is with me. He likes the Flyers. Dat Kush King, he's on the Flyers as well. And Andre said he was on the Canucks yesterday as well. Did we at least hint that on the show? I know my pick was on the over, and that did not come in, but I'm pretty sure I was talking up Vancouver. I hope I was. Zach Rossley says Canucks are on the back-to-back, so he's taking the Flyers as well. That would be a consensus play here on Night Moves. All right. Vladar's been in Vancouver a lot. When he faced when he was with the Calgary Flames, Timmy likes the Philly Flyers there as well. So a lot of Flyers support. The show's over. Thank you so much for joining me here on Night Moves for Tuesday, December 30th. Make sure you head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and check out our premium picks over at Tony's Picks. Check out the handicapper leaderboards. Click on the All Capper tab and see who's hot. Find the handicapper profile pages. Click on those handicapper profile pages and get signed up. I'm not going to sit here and whine about my bad beat there on Monday Night Football, but I'll show it to you. I had Puka Nacua under in his rushing and receiving under 112.5. He only had 47. Again, you don't want to get that guy hurt in a game that really didn't mean anything. I was surprised the Rams played so competitively and did a great job coming back. They were plus 500 there at one point, but I did lose with Blake Corum. He got knocked out of the game, and he didn't come back in the game. I had over 49.5 yards with him, and I had Parkinson under there, but he did a good job, and he had that big completion there towards the end of the game for 18 yards, went from 35 to 53, and that one extra cost me there yesterday. So we'll go over the losers a little bit. Hey, I did have a couple winners here. Yesterday we had Louisiana Tech to rock against UTEP, and we had a winner here also with over with the Campbell and Hofstra game. I couldn't find the green, however, but we're back here again on Tuesday night over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off those premium pick packages. Check out the handicapper leaderboards and see who is hot this week. Want to shout out Justin McKelvey up there with the leaders there, 19-14 run, up 4 units this week. DeAndre's up 2.5 units this week as well. So you see the handicapper leaders there. And over the last 30 days, how about Al Ninos up 11.25 units here, doing a great job. Al, all right. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for joining me here on the show. Be back tomorrow with more Night Moves. Appreciate everyone commenting in the chat here tonight as well. Want to say hello to Michael Rostello in the game. He says the Canucks are going to win the next 10 games now that they got rid of Bull Hughes there. All right, and what else in the chat to get us out of here? Zach Rossley, thank you. Andre, thank you. I'm glad when we get DeAndre here, everybody gets all excited and comes and shows up. Timmy Two Shoes, thank you as well. He said, Andre said, what about the Niners there? Hey, we had the Niners here on the show yesterday. DeAndre gave it to us. I agreed with him here, so the Niners. The Niners. The Niners game. Yeah, the Niners game. I was thinking of the Rams there. The Falcons game last night. All right. And if the Sabres can win 9 in a row, so can the Canucks, right? I can't believe the Sabres. I want to think this is for real with the Sabres, but the Sabre fans are telling me just enjoy it for now because they'll give it back. So felt kind of bad for those Sabre fans, but it's a great run right now, and another win there last night over the Blues on the road. Not only the Sabres doing this right now, but they're winning these road games as well. So they're the story of the league. Forget the Avalanche right now. All right, forget some of these other teams. Let's talk Sabres hockey. All right, that's going to do it here for Night Moves. We'll be back tomorrow and for Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Night Moves.